Dude.
I always liked that opening.
Say,
I always find it to be funny.
dude. Dude. Dude.
So it's Saturn this time around.
But yeah. Saturn, that failed console in the US that Sega made. I guess one of the many failed consoles technically that Sega made in the US or
I
released in the US.
Game Gear was good.
That's a handheld, and I mean maybe that was a success, but nowhere near what some of the others were.
The Genesis
The
3.
Genesis was the best console that they released.
Yeah, but the versions of the Genesis were weird. Like, yeah, Genesis 1, Genesis 2, Genesis 3. I thought the 3 was the cheapest and the crappiest model of them all, right? People
Yeah,
say?
but Sega didn't make it. I believe that was Majesco, something like that. That they let somebody else make it. But I mean, because you also had the CDX, and then you had the Nomad, and then you could even include the JVC XI that had the disc, the CD, and Genesis capability.
Can you hook up the 32X to the JVC because there's a slot for that or no?
I'm sure you could, because if nothing, I think it has the same pin connector as the Model Two. So yeah,
Oh, so
you can do that.
you can't use the 32X on a Model 1. It has to be on a Model 2.
I don't know. I would imagine they make a cable that works for both, but it just got that same 9-pin DIN connector or whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah, the same thing that plugs into the back of the Genesis for the
Yeah,
AV port anyway.
yeah, but I mean, kind of the 32X could kind of lead us into the Saturn and
Yes.
the debacle of that launch um,
My
here in the United States.
what Saturn experiences. So my Saturn experience.
Well, before that, let's do this. So go over. Sega had their announcement of the Sega Saturn. They came out and announced the price. It was $400 and announced that it was available then and there.
Right.
And then it made a bunch of stores mad because a bunch of stores didn't have any stock games or consoles, or maybe they just had games and not consoles. And so there were several retailers that decided that they weren't going to carry it. So bad part on Sega trying to jump the gun. I think they're trying to jump ahead of Sony and launching the PlayStation. And I mean, Sony pretty quickly won that one when they walked out and announced that the price was 199 and then walked off when the Saturn was 399. So
Uh,
you're half as expensive, and you know, and so it released here in the U.S. So it was May of 1995, or is it May or November of 1995?
thought it was November.
Yeah, so it's probably November 5th, 1995. Retailed for $400. Okay, that's a quick little spiel on the Saturn. So what is your experience with it?
So here's something
You
interesting.
have a lot more than I did as a kid.
Here we go. So you understood this better than I did. What version controller is this, one or two?
It's the two. Yeah, because the Model One's bigger.
So okay, so then that would lead me to believe that I got mine in May because that's probably when the Model 2 came out. Um, I got Saturn when I graduated eighth grade, and was it eighth grade? I think it was fifth. So
We know you didn't actually graduate, but that's okay.
so so I graduated when I did. I got um, Saturn. I had my original Saturn sitting down here from today, and I have like a dust cover for it and everything else. So I got Saturn. I didn't know what games to get for it, and my first game was Congo.
But you had
So
lots of fun with that
I
one.
I put in Congo. I put in Congo and I played Congo, and then I was like, wow, this is really, really bad. That was not a very good start to Saturn at all. Um, then I
I
got
can imagine.
URA. URA was good. It was a solid game. And I was like, all right, URA.
Battle Arena Toshinden.
Then a friend of mine had Saturn and he had a stall. It was over after I played a stall. I just was sold on Saturn after a stall. I thought a stall was wow, amazing.
Yeah, Cell is bright and colorful. Looks nice. It's one I've thought about grabbing, but I have not.
Stall's pretty good. There's a lot of like really, really, really good games for Saturn, but they're not. The 3D games are poop.
There's no good games for Saturn. Everybody knows it. That's why it was such a
Yeah.
failure.
Saturn, no, no, no. Saturn has some really good games. Saturn has a lot of Saturn has a lot of good fighting games like Children of the Atom came out on Saturn. That was really good. Darkstalkers was good. That came out on Saturn. Alpha, Alpha 2, Alpha 3. Astal is locked into the Saturn. I don't think unless they're going to do something, you're never going to really see Saturn Astal anymore unless you play or emulate.
Oh my gosh. My computer decided it's going to just grind to a halt, apparently.
Is it
Because it
still?
should be pulling up a picture of a stall, but it's not.
Wish there was a way for me to share my screen.
There is. You can share your screen.
Oh, I can. I didn't even know I could do that.
Question is did I lose internet or
If you lost internet, you and I wouldn't be talking. I
well,
think.
it could have
Yeah.
hiccup and it can mess up some things, but not others. You gotta be kidding me.
No, it's live. It's running.
There's a stall.
There we go.
Unfortunately, some of these images are just too small. But they're probably
Really?
trying to keep. This is all from Sega Retro. But you can see it's bright, it's colorful, it looks pretty nice.
Man, when I remember him playing that, I was like, wow, the opening. I think we sat and watched the opening, and the opening was mind blowing. You never had that. I mean, you had PlayStation openings, which are crazy, but never to the length of stuff like this for an opening. Style, and then you had Albert Odyssey.
Well, so my experience as a
Oh yeah,
kid with the Saturn, pretty much non-existent. I remember going to Toys R Us and seeing that they had it, and it was $400, and just being like, "Oh cow, I'd love to get it, but that's way too much." And like, I knew mom and dad couldn't afford it, and that's it. That was pretty much my experience with the Saturn until I picked one up six years ago, somewhere around that. I picked it up at a flea market,
how much?
$30.
6 years ago would have put you right about 2019,
Yeah, it had been 2018, 2019.
and it works.
Yeah, I had the guy plug it. He had it set up so you could plug it. He could plug it in. Actually, did he have it? I don't think he had it on display running, but he had it on display. And he plugged it in and it worked. It didn't have the battery didn't work. I think he wanted like $40 or $35 for it, so I got him to come off a little bit for that. But yeah, it was like maybe it was 40 and he came down 35. I think it was 30. So maybe it was at 35. I went from there to the local retro shop. Sorry, no, not the local retro shop because the local retro shop wasn't open at the time. It was a comic shop, but they also were starting to get into selling games. And what is it? I had to go there to make sure that it would actually play a game because it powered on. That's what I was able to see at the flea market, but he didn't have any games
for it.
to even test it. But I went to the comic shop, plugged it in. I think put in like SimCity 2000. He played that for a bit. And, all right, cool, thanks. And I don't think he had any Saturn games either. And I went home and started looking on eBay and picked some up.
What games do you have? That's a good question.
U.S. or Japanese?
Both, really.
Because I have Biohazard.
Oh, I have Atari.
Dark Savior is one. I think one Daytona. I think everyone has Daytona. Nights into Dreams. Then I've got the Japanese one, and I got the Christmas Dragoon. Dragoon's Way. Soviet Strike, Virtua Cop 2, Virtua Fighter, Fighter J, Remix J, Fighter 2, J for Japanese.
How's Soviet Strike?
Huh?
How's Soviet Strike? Is it good?
I actually played it a little bit for like an hour for the first time, and it was actually pretty fun. It's tough.
The Sega Marathon thing.
Yeah, for the Sega crew. Yeah, I played that for an hour. It was fun. Like it's gonna take a I think I got through like 70 or 80% of the first level before I died. I died.
The Strike games are good.
But the Strike games are great. That's a series that needs to be revived, or someone needs to make a spiritual successor to it. It's one of those like, why do we not have like, did EA not go that route? And now that EA is owned by Saudi Arabia,
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
That there was news beyond news with that, and people.
Yep. Some people aren't happy.
The only thing I will say to that, the only thing was that the people in New York were rioting over it because of certain aspects.
Yeah, and I'm sure those were all people that played EA games. Probably none of them played the games. So.
No, but it was a couple of games that they played that were really weird, that had weird things.
Yeah, but the thing is, EA does not go back and release compilations or any of that stuff. So it's really weird that they don't tap into their libraries.
Because Cool Guy, whatever it is for Saturn. I'm sorry, Genesis would be great, but yeah, we're talking about. I mean this, but so there was a Japanese cover that looks cool. Japanese games have better artwork anyway on Saturn than we do.
Oh, that's the back.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice too.
That's what we got. I think I actually have this one in the big case, which I don't like the big cases. But I guess one thing to talk about is originally the games came out in the long boxes.
Yes, they did. They only did.
And I mean, I don't know what all games came out with the long boxes, but after a while, just like PlayStation, they dropped the long box. I went back to normal size boxes. But I mean, you can see the UK cover, Brazilian cover, the French cover. They're all pretty much the same. I don't know what PT is, but that's actually got some nice like full artwork and not just cut out down here at the bottom with the black screen.
So I think I have close to about between Japanese and American, maybe 50 Saturn games.
For someone who claims to love the Saturn, that's hardly any games.
That's it, but it's the top of the top games.
But that sounds really strange for someone. I've only got 50 games. There's so many games on the Saturn.
55. Well,
If
there's
you've got the top of the ones that are expensive, that means the ones that are good and aren't expensive, you could get.
let's see. I'll go through the list right now. I probably could.
No, don't worry about going through the list. Just pick a specific title and choose something that we can talk about. Because like one that I got.
Oh wow, there's 254 games for the release.
Virtual Cop. That was one thing the Saturn had was light gun games.
A lot of light gun games. Good light gun games.
Well, it's a fun game. So is the second one.
Yep, Virtual Cop 2. I happen to like Independence Day. Most people said it was garbage. It's very cheap. It's like 20 something bucks. I thought it was a fun game. Virtual Cop was a great game. Because you got arcade style shooting in your home on your CRT. So I thought
there's your cover for Independence Day.
I thought it was a nice game. I don't know if they're going to show you, like gameplay on the back or whatever it was, but it was a little weird with moving the ship around, moving the plane around and shooting stuff up. But you had first person view, you had like the views like that.
I mean, it doesn't look bad. So third person and some first person.
And for like $20 complete, you can't go wrong. It's not a
Is
bad
that what
game.
it runs now, or is that what it was?
That's what it runs now. 20 something bucks.
I might have to download it and throw it on the satiator. Give it a shot. Although, yeah, when I did that hour-long stream for the Sega crew, that was the first time I think this year that I turned the Saturn on.
Wow.
There's just so many different games and systems and stuff. It's like, what are you gonna? You only got so many hours in the day, and
Saturn. That's true.
I like the Saturn. It's just
there's other things.
There's other things. Like there's never enough time to get to everything. I mean, here's one that I think probably sold some systems was Panzer Dragoon. 3D on the rails shooter.
That was a demo game that was in Toys R Us. Well, I remember that is a very good game, but is a very, very hard game to play. I have not gotten far. That is the last stage I've been at, which you're looking at right there, episode 4.
I know I've made it.
I can't.
I think I made it to the end. I may have beat it. I don't know. Let me see. Do I have it down on my list of games? I may have gotten to the end, but not beat it. I think I beat the second one.
No, that game.
I think I beat the second one on the Xbox. Saturn. No, I beat the second one on the Saturn.
One game I got, like this game aged very well. Daytona USA is a great racing
Rolling Star
with the horse. You can get the horse in it, and you run the horse. Great game. Daytona USA is phenomenal. A game that did not age well that looks horrible on the Saturn is Guardian Heroes. Oof, that game.
Thing about Daytona USA is, hope you're ready to make a bunch of left turns.
Yeah. It's so true. It's almost all left turns. That whole stage at the beginning is left turns.
That's racing games. That's just the way it goes.
But it's a good racing game. It
I
really
mean,
is.
if this is what we had to go through to get Crazy Taxi, then it was worth it.
Yes, Crazy Taxi's great.
I've
Daytona
got,
is
I've got it. I went through, and I think I did one of the, what is it, the 500 lap races.
on Daytona.
Yeah,
Ooh,
or is it 50? I don't know. I did not do well though. Um, but it was fun. I don't know if I'll ever play it again. Going over to Guardian Heroes,
no.
I think Guardian Heroes was really cool because you had depth. You could move your character back and forth in fighting, so you could avoid good. You could avoid hits, or you could use it to come into it and attack. We're still got screenshots that they took. Um,
I just it. I don't know why I haven't traded this in yet, but I don't. I
because you need to get your kids, and you all need to play it.
They're gonna look at me and laugh. This
The
is
gameplay is still fun. You
it's
can have fun with it.
it's not a good game. The opening is mind blowing, but the game's not. Eh.
I mean, it's a beat 'em up, but instead of having to walk back and forth, you could jump back and forth. You could jump towards the screen or away from the screen to avoid, and because certain enemies would be in those lanes, you'd have to pick your lane and fight there, and then you could move lanes and fight and dodge and whatnot.
Dungeons and Dragons. Now here. So you have this, and you have the more uncommon. No one talks about Dungeons and Dragons for Saturn. Yes, it's Japanese, but you can get around it because they're um
Because they released it on Steam and everything else in a collection
it's
with another game.
I mean it's pretty yeah, exactly. I mean it's pretty easy to figure your way out. That's a beat 'em up. That game is wild. And it's a great game, a hidden gem on the system that not a lot of people talk about, but it's way better than this. A leaps and bounds compared to this.
I'm trying to get to it.
Saturn did 2D very well. Not so much 3D.
The Tower of Doom.
It's a great game. Really, really good game. It's talked about throughout like Capcom put it out, and it's
I mean, there's a couple of the screens. It's a nice looking standard beat 'em up. Guardian Heroes was trying to do something different. But most
this
of my
is
play with Guardian Heroes is the 360 arcade version.
there was an arcade version for Guardian Heroes.
Yeah,
Wow.
for the Xbox 360, it was not. Remember 360 arcade? That's what they called it.
It it's not bad. Um
Probably not worth the cost it takes to get there.
I honestly I haven't looked this one up in a while. I wanted it and then I just said whatever. But it's it's not it's not bad. I mean it's a reasonably good game when I played it on emulation. Knights is one of the 3D games that Saturn has that's pretty good.
Yeah. One thing with the Knights though is, what did it introduce?
Oh, the 3D controller.
The 3D controller.
Yeah. Oh, you have the official one. That's nice.
Yep, I picked this one up a few years back. So you can change between using the D-pad, or the analog stick.
Does that? Have you ever tried that with Panzer Dragoon to see if it worked?
Um, I don't think I have because I didn't have it when I played through the second one. It works with Soviet Strike though. I liked using this
That
while flying the
yeah, that I could
helicopter.
see. Nights
So
was good when we did nights. We did the Christmas nights. That was a lot of fun.
yeah,
Christmas nights is a good
but
game.
can you see that becoming a Dreamcast controller?
Yeah, definitely.
Make it a little bit smaller, shift some stuff around, and make a spot for a VMU right here, and there you go. You've got a Dreamcast controller. But yeah, Nights was fun. I don't think I've beat it. I
This
think I've
is
only made it
3D done right. This is
to the
where
second level. Well, I mean, you didn't really have it was 3D, but you did not traverse in 3D. Like you were set locked into a plane, and that was as far as like you could loop around and stuff. Um, but unless you got knocked out and you were on foot, you were stuck in that plane. Like you couldn't
yeah.
like, and the plane itself would move in and away from the screen while you were as playing as knights. But if you ran out of time and you were playing as a character, then you'd hop down on the ground and you could run.
That's right. I remember that. I was getting knocked down pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of us are probably familiar with this first area. A lot of it. I don't know why these are
What's
so small, such small screenshots.
nights into Christmas?
Yep. Christmas is, as far as I know, it's just the first level, but you play it repeatedly and you unlock gifts and stuff. It has different icons and things. Looks like it's yeah. So it looks like the boss fight.
What's
But
really what some of the games that really stood out on Saturn was Magic Knight. Magic Knight is well, I'll get to that. Another game um that actually got Twitch to send me an email stating, "Please do not stream this game. We're pulling your
oh,
video." Iron
Night
Storm and
Iron Storm.
Iron Storm, and when I tell you Iron Storm is a good game, if you're a World War II buff, that is a good game. It is a very good tactical World War II simulator.
Does it show
Excellent.
a bunch of swastikas or something?
Yeah, it showed that,
Because the game is somewhat accurate.
yeah, because it's history and you have to censor history. But I mean, it has him on the front, and all that stuff. But it it happened. Get over it. I mean, so it it's very good, very very good. The planes are accurate that they used in the German air, like the what was it, the Luftwaffe, the RAF. Like you see the planes taking off from Britain in like the dirt fields. It's a really good, like really really
Now
good game.
it shows you who you're fighting: the
Yeah,
Americans and the
that's
Germans,
that's
Japan
hysterical
and
because
Germany.
if you look at the first screenshot at the bottom, that's actually the Bismarck that you're blowing the crap up out of. And you're a bunch of these like American destroyers like rolling up on the Bismarck. And the way they did it was that the Bismarck is gigantic in the game, and this thing's coming out with guns firing, and you're like trying to move your ships around to sink the Bismarck, and you're like Man, this is kind of tough. It great game. Opening is good. The way it looks is good. You start off on Normandy, and you have to. The Allies are storming Normandy. It's don't know why I don't play more. I played it for I think it was like 8 hours straight one day, and I thought my Saturn was gonna blow up, so I just turned it off. I get anxiety when it comes to playing on my Saturn because it was my original Saturn from when I grew up, and I happen to love the system deeply. So I don't want anything to happen to it.
Then put it up on a shelf and buy another one.
I I was really thinking about doing that too.
Because but then there's also what's the point of having it if you're not going to play it?
Right, I would feel horrible if anything did happen to it. This is another
Just
great game. They
swap out.
improved on this.
Yeah, we touched on, but Panzer Dragoon Zwei or two. Um, yeah, I think I beat this in like a half hour, 45 minutes the first time playing it. So I guess it's not as hard as the first one, or it's more refined, so it's a little bit easier to control and whatnot. But they remade the first one for the Switch, did they not?
Yes, they did. Limited run, put it out. There's more extended content that they cut from the original game, which was the opening scene. There was supposed to be more, and they couldn't fit it on the disc, so they added more to it. Um, this one they did not release. I don't even own this one, but I know this one's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah,
Makes no sense. Welsh said that I was an idiot, and I laughed at it. But because I have Panzer Dragoon, I have Panzer Dragoon Saga. I don't have Zwei, and that's I own this one, and this is supposed to be like one of the greatest RPGs um, out there. Free roam. So I never I own it. I've never played it. Never touched it. Like you
yeah,
said,
it's
there's
got
other.
some. It came in the long box.
They just look weird.
4 discs. Remember when you used to get a disc, let alone 4 discs? Now you don't
Four
even get a disc.
discs. Nope. You get a
You
game
just
card or a
install
key
it.
card.
But yeah, it's supposed to be a pretty good RPG. So if you're an RPG fan and want to spend some time grinding and whatnot, well, there you go. And you can use a 3D control pad,
Oh, look at that.
the Saturn floppy disk drive, the Saturn keyboard.
Here's something that people don't really talk about when it comes to the Saturn. Yeah, the Saturn was a powerful console, but games like Dragon Force and Magic Knight and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike all required the backup RAM card. And it was a 32 something
32, 32 megabyte.
yeah, megabyte
Oh no, I don't
RAM
think
card.
was it 32. Was it four? I think four. It was a 4 meg cart.
4 or 6.
Four.
Um,
Because I'm pretty sure the third party one that I've got is a four. Yeah, 4M plus action replay.
let's see the one you got because you probably have the exact same one I do. Yep, that's the
The
same one I
other,
have.
the Chinese knockoff special, which actually kind of brings us to something about the Saturn. Um, actually, we'll just be sure this tab instead is so here. Here's the Saturn, and here's a little flap in the back. Like everyone wanted that to be so that you could play your Sega Genesis games, and not making it be able to play Genesis carts, I think was a huge mistake.
What did they use that for anyway? Just the backup RAM? That was
Just
it?
for the backup RAM, just for these. And yeah, I think that was a huge mistake on. I mean, it was already $400, but if they could have done it at $400 and it played your Genesis collection, I think it would have
They would have
done
killed it.
better because people like the Genesis was a hit. Like it took a good share of the market away from Nintendo, and with the Saturn, and then the debacle with the 32X, and the lack of communication between uh, Japan and the North America counterpart. They just messed up.
Saturn Japan is a completely different animal to Saturn of the
Well,
United
it
States.
sold really well in Japan, and they made lots of games for it. And I
Oh, I've
mean,
never seen that, the Korean model.
hmm, but there the High Saturn that Hitachi made. That one's I think highly sought after
I don't I don't know why is that a highly sought after Saturn.
because like the video quality and audio quality of it, I believe is what it is. But you can see Model One oval buttons, Model Two circle buttons. Because I'm guessing this is what yours looks like.
I'm gonna look right now. This is sitting right here. I have circular buttons. Yes, that's mine.
Yeah. So this is that's the same model that I got first, and then I've got a Model One that I picked up or traded for several years ago at Southern Fried Gaming. So I got a Model One in box. So in Korea, it was known as the Samsung Saturn or the Sega Saturn.
What's will they let you click on that one to see the photo?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
that looks
Samsung
nice.
Saturn multi CD player, power
Hmm.
access, open.
The Hitachi one looks nice. How many versions of Saturn are there? So those are the main. What's
These
this
are
now?
these are the Model Ones. So there's five there, and then with all of these, there's 10.
That's the one I have. The second one is the Japanese Toys R Us model.
Oh, you have the one with Sonic on it.
I got that imported from Japan years ago to play Symphony of the Night.
That's cool. But yeah, so on all 15 different versions for around the world. Japanese, this is cool model. Japanese Derby Stallion model. Yeah, we only got two in the U.S. There was several in Japan.
Oh, look at that! The North Korean model didn't even have any labeling on the front of it. Very limited labeling. That's
That
great.
one.
Wow, that is very basic.
It says Sega Saturn, and you have your open, your power, your open, reset.
Man, I honestly can imagine how much that went for.
I mean, it's just about the same as this. The U.S. version has Sega Saturn, and that has a Saturn logo on the top and Sega on the front, which the Korean model did too. So there's not that much of a difference between the two, just the Saturn logo on the top.
The Japanese Toys R Us one is nice.
That one is it looks cool. Nice little Sonic on it. Remember me, guys? Since we're looking at, there's um,
That was another thing
talking about
too.
the lack of a Sonic game for the system. That didn't help it either. And I mean an
What's
actual Sonic game, not where's
there was 3D Blast.
but it wasn't a traditional Sonic game.
Oh yes, I know what you mean. Yeah, you're right about that.
I mean, because a big Sonic game for it, I think, was Sonic R,
Yes,
Sonic Racing.
that's a big one.
Oh, that's interesting. They don't have any Sonic R on Sonic Retro.
Sonic R was an interesting game. So was Flicky something Flicky's Island.
Well, that was Sonic. Wasn't that Sonic Blast?
I think so. Yeah,
Basically,
which you
Sonic
could
Blast. It was the 3D Blicky's Island.
Flicky's Island.
But yeah, there's. I mean, it looks kind of rough. It honestly, it
Mm,
played kind of rough because for a kart, well, not exactly a kart racer, but being a kart racer on foot, like it didn't play or handle like you think it would, and so that was one strike against it.
it wasn't a good game from what I remember playing it. It's weird. It wasn't like a real. I don't know. It wasn't a good Sonic game.
It's fun, but yeah, it's not what the Saturn needed for a Sonic game. And I mean, so you got Sonic Jam, which was just a re-release of Sonic Genesis games. So I mean, if you wanted to play Sonic and you hadn't played them yet, or you wanted to play them with, I guess, hopefully it had CD audio. There you go.
Wow, even the Saturn now is a lot of money. $100,
What, the console?
just the console.
Yeah, when you think about it, that's kind of cheap for a retro console.
Do you want to know what the Super Nintendo is going for? Because it's cheaper than that, way cheaper.
Real stuff like that. It's like, why would anyone pay $600, $500, $400 for a modern console? For that same price, you can buy a retro console and get all kinds of games.
Oh, I'm so the uh, Super Nintendo with controllers is $234. That I don't believe. Yeah, it's $100. People need to cool it a little bit with stuff like this. If you want the Famicom, that's only $60.
I don't speak Japanese, so that doesn't really work for me. Oh, here we.
There now you're talking about these games. Yes, that was a 3D racing game. It was garbage. It was bad. It was not fun, that game at all. Um Mega Man 8
X,
on
Mega Man
Mega
X
Man no,
8.
Mega Man 8 on Saturn is way sought after than the stupid one on PlayStation. It is a great um Mega Man 8 version
I'm thinking
anniversary edition.
X4.
No, there's 8.
Yeah, no, no, yeah, but I was thinking Mega Man X4 when you said Mega
Oh,
Man
that's
8.
good. X4 is really good too. X4 is very good. Those two games are good. I don't even know where they came from, but those were put out, and a really highly sought after game that a lot of people enjoy is a Metal Slugs esque type of game called In the Hunt. And In the Hunt
In
was
the Hunt.
done excellent. Great game. It looks good. It plays very well. This looks great. This is such a
Oh,
great.
it definitely has a look of it,
It's a Metal
but you're
Metal
just in
Slug
a
X
sub.
game. Yeah, you're in a
Looks
sub
like
like fighting.
Submarine Attack just upgraded for the Saturn.
You could say that. Yeah, you definitely could.
This one I might have to. Oh, it's probably expensive though, so let's say that one might need to put in my list of want games.
350.
Yep, no way, not worth it.
Satiator.
Yep, if I ever decide to play it, I'm trying to focus on the stuff I actually have. So, yep, bye
I've,
bye in the hunt, shining the
I've,
holy
oh,
arc.
oh, you have. Yeah. I'm like, I'm on the fence with this one.
Yeah, I've got it. I'm gonna sell it.
I don't blame you. I got stuck on the first level in the damn dungeon. I didn't know what I was doing, and I died 22 times. And I'm like, come on, what the
That
hell?
happens when you don't know what you're doing.
It's so tough. It's not bad looking. It it takes some stomach to get used to it. With
Well, I mean, it it reminds me of Shining in the Darkness, and I absolutely loved Shining in the Darkness.
Shining in the Darkness is very well done. This one's like a polygonal nightmare.
Well, it's early 3D, and this generation will not be known for having great, and isn't known for having great polygon, having very blocky
Yeah,
character and looks for 3D.
this this one and the
Because PlayStation and 64, Saturn, they could not push a lot of polygons. This was the in between phase. I mean, even Mario 64, which is like a really fun game, doesn't. It looks better than some because of the style they used, but it's still really blocky and like it's very angular. But pretty much everything from this generation that was 3D was just that because they didn't have the power to push a bunch of polygons.
on some games. I mean, some games were good on. Oh yeah,
I mean, yeah, you could do 2D sprites and stuff.
no, this is another one that I. The cover art looks crazy. The back looks crazy.
See, like this looks like it's pseudo look trying to go 3D, but still looking at sprites. But then the battle scenes, you can tell is polygon is yeah that it looks okay, but I mean, especially like the house. Oh look, it's a square with a pyramid put on not a pyramid, but a triangle. It's made up of just blocks. But that's what you got at that time, so you know you shouldn't be surprised. Then you've also got Shining Wisdom.
Oh, this one. I have all three of those. This one. This is just weird beyond belief.
But see, the 3D stuff looks kind of but then you go back to the 2D and it's like, oh, that looks pretty nice. 3D stuff looks really simple. It's still kind of rough, kind of blocky. But
Where were they going with this?
it's not that surprising. I don't know. I haven't played this one.
The it's weird. The combat is ridiculous. You have to ram into people in order to do damage.
Oh, so it's like East.
Yeah, in a sense.
And didn't you have to do that in one of the ones they made for the Game Boy Advance? Shining, what was it? What was it? Or was it just called Shining Force?
I don't know. The only other game I've seen that is Emerald Dragon for the PC Engine, but you ram people. You just hold and ram into people, and that's how
Yeah,
you.
that's why I had so much fun playing East with the trackball because you could
Because you just
because
yeah.
it was like, dude, it makes perfect sense. You roll into them.
Yeah, this one's. You should get rid of the other ones. Like I think 325, 340.
I wouldn't buy any of the other ones. I traded for the Holy Ark, and it was just like cool to get that one.
Yeah, you should get rid of Holy Ark. Holy Ark's. I think your screen's locked
Why?
because I heard the mouse scrolling and I didn't see the screen move.
Because I'm looking at a different screen.
Ah, but this one, Dragon Force does 3D and 2D very well with the 3D buildings in the background and the sprite work when you're battling. I've always wanted to beat this game.
Apparently, you need to get good.
This one requires a uh, memory
We got
card to back up.
284 blocks to back it up,
Yep.
aka to save it. I think I
And the
have
card
the Japanese version of this.
the card was sold separately with this too, but you see the background? It does really well with 3D backgrounds. But it's the castle, it's whatever, and the backgrounds are normally the same. Um,
I
you
mean,
have to
yeah,
micro.
it looks nice, and I mean, like these were all or are all characters on the screen fighting.
Yeah, and there's no slowdown at all when they're all on the screen.
So they did a nice job of making use of the Saturn's horsepower. Trying to get something else from the game or from the Saturn. Saturn Bomberman.
This is another great game.
Some great games in the Bomberman series. So much fun multiplayer.
You have the multi
Um,
tap, don't you?
yeah. So for the Saturn, you could actually link them together, and I picked up the one from Japan because come on, it looks like a Bomberman head. It's like what are you gonna do? I mean, it's just so cool.
Does that work with American?
Yeah, but you could multi taps and get up to is it 16 people?
Jeez.
Pretty sure it's 16 people can play.
16 people to play Bomberman must be out of control.
It's 12 or 16. Let's see. Battle game serves as multiplayer mode that goes up to 10 players. Sorry, I was exaggerating. 10-player matches, and only on I guess on the wide stage is what it says.
So,
10
oh,
player,
so only 10 players.
so
Okay.
specific stage. But I mean, still, that thing is just so cool, so cool.
That is pretty cool.
That's great.
I didn't know
And I
you could
believe
do
it
some
was
player on
cheaper than
that.
the US version. It's like, why would I get the other thing? And look, you can play as Bonk, Master
Oh,
Higgins.
damn. Look at that.
So lots of people to choose from. I've actually seen this set up at Southern Fried Gaming Expo with up to 10 people playing. I know they've had it a couple times. I don't think Sigi has had it, but still really cool to see that.
That wasn't at the retro convention I went to. Saturn was there, but not this. It does look pretty cool though. Let's see what's another good Saturn game.
I don't know if
Um,
people consider it good, but there was a
Oh,
Not
the fighting
exactly.
game?
Yeah, Golden Axe: The Duel,
That's a good game.
because fighting games were the rage
Yeah.
at that time. Thank you, Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat.
I did they come out with Mortal Kombat for Saturn? Because I know Primal Rage did. That looks
Um,
good, and that's 3D on Saturn.
God, these pictures are just. Oh,
Oh,
I
that
guess I
looks good.
should have been zooming in, but it looks like it's sprite work mostly, if not all of it.
Yeah, it probably is, and Saturn did sprite work pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, but to go back to the other page, I have to reset it. So now it's all teeny, teeny, tiny. There was, oh, dang it.
What? Oh, I forgot. I'm trying to think what else there was.
What the heck?
I think there was. Yeah, the Marvel superheroes, X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Capcom. No, Marvel versus Cap. I don't think was it. I don't remember if Marvel versus Capcom was on it or not.
No, but it was, was it? Was Marvel's Capcom 2 the one that they, was on Dreamcast?
I think so. Yeah, with Mega Man and everyone else.
Yeah, I was trying to find House of the Dead.
That's good. House of the Dead's very good for Saturn. I thought, but hold on a minute before I get ahead of myself. I thought House of the Dead was for um Dreamcast.
House of the Dead 2.
Was for Dreamcast. Okay.
Okay, I'm guessing either they don't have an entry for it or something's wrong with the page. But yeah, I mean,
Um.
there's plenty of games to play on there if you want to.
The
Like there's, I think there's very few consoles in general that had absolutely nothing to play, except for maybe the Virtual Boy. There just wasn't many games produced for it. Kind of like the
uh,
32X.
the Virtual Boy was a crapshoot.
Yep,
X Men: Children of the Atom is a good game. Wow, is that a good game?
it's tough.
It is, but it's that's how
I got
I learned how to play Wolverine. Such a great game. Damn, Silver Samurai,
not a lot of
uh,
characters to choose from, but still fun.
Omega Red, Sentinel. I don't know who that girl is. Psylocke,
Psylocke. I want to say Sheba or something,
the Ice,
but
Ice Man.
Iceman, the
Yeah,
Ice Guy.
Cyclops is crazy. Wolverine was the best. Wolverine, hands down, was across the board. Wolverine was great. The Storm was good too. And this is when you started to have arcade coming home to home console.
Yep.
This is the start of it.
I mean, it didn't have a huge roster of characters, but still, there was some interesting choices.
Juggernaut and Magneto were hidden, and so was Ryu, Dark Ryu.
And the Sentinels
They were tough.
tough because they had good moves, and I imagine they were reading inputs just like Street Fighter 2 was. The Master Mold in the background.
This falls in with Capcom's great during those days with like
Oh,
Vampire
Capcom was the
Savior.
king of fighters.
Yeah, it's been
they They just they did it. They just did it. They honed their craft and they did it well. And then they went to. Uh, we're not going to make it rhyme, but they went to pot.
Yeah. There was this. There was Darkstalkers. Darkstalkers was good.
Yeah, but
I
see,
have
then you even had a game like this come out on the Saturn, Warcraft
really.
2.
Oh God, this is probably played with mouse and keyboard.
You could play it with a controller. Thing is, it was wasn't as easy as it would be with a mouse and keyboard, but still kind of neat that it was a thing. Because if you didn't have a PC,
You
you could
had
still
Saturn
play it.
that you could play with. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, let's reset that. I mean,
I've never seen this.
oh really?
Yep, I've never seen Warcraft on the Saturn before.
Have you played any of the Warcraft games?
Nope.
If you like real time strategy games, they're fun. Not necessarily all that difficult, especially the first one, the second one. You can kind of rush, in particular, your elven archers, and make a mess of things pretty quick. But still fun. I mean, the second one on the PC got some expansions and added to it, so it was cool. Um, I think
Did
I think
you
we've hit on a lot of games.
did you play
Um,
Warcraft on the
yeah,
Saturn?
not on the Saturn. I played it on the
Okay.
PC. I mean, oh, one thing, um, one other thing I wanted to talk about was, you know, the controller. I'd still like to get the twin stick controller for
Oh, Virtual On.
Virtual On. Yep.
That would be nice.
Let's see if I can find a.
That would be nice. Virtual On was a great game for Saturn. That was a lot of fun.
I'm trying to find. I'm not seeing. Maybe they're calling it the Virtua Stick. Yep. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
I thought it was
All right.
I don't
So
know.
the
Virtual
Virtua
On
Stick
was
is just a arcade stick. I mean, here's
that's the one I have.
lots of face buttons. The Japanese version is gray, which is actually the one that I picked one up. I think I got this a lot when I was getting the bomber head, but it just has nice clicky buttons. So
The other one looks like an Astro City.
yeah, it does. The Japanese model HSS-0136. Apparently they stopped the SJ model numbers.
So
Um,
then what's the Virtual On stick called?
the Saturn Twin Stick.
Oh, that's okay. This is what I want.
Yeah, I'd love to get this in the game. I think there's a handful of games that worked with it too. Cyber Troopers Virtual On, the NetLeak edition, pretty much the same game. Deno Senki Virtual On for SegaNet. Gun
Oh, Gun
Griffin
Griffin.
2,
Oh, the
Keto
Gundam
Senshi
games.
Gundam, Gaiden 2, Gaiden 3, and then Gaiden the Blue Destiny. So, yeah. Oh, here we go. Physical scans. Look at the box.
That looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, even with the limited polygon, that does look cool. It looks like a nice looking mech.
Virtual On was a fun game to play, just a little bit miserable with the controller.
Probably because you needed the one with twin sticks.
It was hard because you had to keep on tapping the top buttons in order to move back and forth and stuff. But all in all, Virtual On was not too bad of a game. Just the controllers were a little weird.
I mean, it's blocky, but again, early 3D was. I mean, even on the PC, was it last week, the week before, when we were looking at spoopy
Oh
games or
yeah,
spooky games, showed Alone in the Dark. It was very blocky. But again, the hardware wasn't there to push much more than that. So, you got what you got.
do you have any like what would be your top one Sega Saturn game? You don't have anything like that?
No, I haven't played it enough. I mean, I had fun playing through Resident Evil on the Saturn, but that's only because like I really enjoyed it because I busted out the rocket launcher cheat code for the knife. The gameplay for me is really outdated. I didn't care for it, and just the aiming was like
Weird.
is really weird. It
Off.
doesn't work, and so you burn through a lot of bullets, and that could make it so you couldn't even continue on in the game if you use too many bullets on just a couple zombies. Um,
That's true.
and I was like, this is dumb, and so used that cheat code. And it was a lot more fun after that. I still died several times. It's not like it made it just easy mode, but it just made it actually more interesting and like I wanted to play it and get through it. Um, but yeah, I haven't played it a ton. I mean, I bought the Satiator and I've put games on that. I mean, I beat X Men, Children of the Atom. Um, I've played through some of the Virtua Fighter games, Battle Arena, Toshinden, um, Panzer Dragoon Zwei. I beat that one. Uh, I, I think I need to get a. I need to test out my gun so I can play Virtua Cop and Virtua Cop 2.
Oh, those are fun games.
Um, and then Dark Savior is one that I really want to pick up.
What's Dark
Like,
Savior?
um,
I know it's
it's
got the chick on the front of it or something.
that I don't know. I didn't get. Let me see.
Dark Savior.
It's like Landstalker.
Really?
Yeah, let me.
I know of like I know the cover's got that girl or something. I think.
I don't know. Um, so oh, oh, I guess I have to put it on there. But yeah, there's a
Yeah.
chick with almost no hair.
Dark Savior. What's game the gameplay look like?
It looks like Landstalker. Like you have that 3/4 angled view.
Oh wow, does it look like Landstalker?
It looks like it just got a bump in graphics.
Even the guy looks the same.
That is a weird hairstyle though, especially look at that one goes out and then curves and comes back.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with that.
Probably that they couldn't afford to put more polygons in it.
Well, I mean,
But yeah, I picked this one up at Seagy Loose, and I think I got it for a pretty good price.
probably cheap.
I think the
Let
guy
me look
wanted
at this
40 or
one.
50 bucks for it, and I talked him down. I was like, "Hey, look, it's going for cheaper on eBay. So
eBay.
make me a deal and or make me make an offer." So I looked at it. I was like, "Okay, yeah, cool." I think I got it for like 20 bucks.
Wow, complete?
No loose.
Oh, just loose the cart.
Yeah, For Saturn, I wasn't worried about getting stuff complete too much.
Whoa,
Um,
look at that. Astonishing top rate scaling perspective. Multitude of items and weapons can be found and utilized. Phew. Those are some top
One-on-one, 3-round fighting sequences. Whoa!
that's some top notch
Yeah,
stuff right there.
but yeah, I mean the Saturn, it's over almost 30 years old. I
Uh,
guess it'll be next month. It'll be 30 years old. Maybe we should have waited a month.
we could do a stream on games.
We could stream some games. What is the 5th?
Saturn, like we were saying, Saturn Japan is a
The
different,
Wednesday.
completely different animal. The shmups from Japan are out of control on the Saturn. There's so many good shmups on Saturn, but that's like extreme
Nope, it was released in
niche.
May. We missed it. It was released in the
Oh,
U.S.
so
on May 11th, 1995, which I guess makes sense because then Sony came out and made their announcement probably in June or something.
that's that's when I got it, May. Then, because then 4 years later, I graduated. Wait, 1999.
5.
Yeah, then I got the Saturn. I don't know why I have a Model 2, which is interesting, but yeah, I got it. I got it in May, May or June.
June might be more like, wow, when was, let me see. When was the Saturn Model 2 released in the US? Let's see. Saturn Model 2 was released in the United States in mid 1996.
No, I got mine May when it first came out. I remember going to Toys R Us and doing that.
The Model 2 wasn't out at that time.
I definitely have the Model 2, which is weird.
You have round buttons, right? On
Yeah,
the console.
yes.
That's a Model 2.
I'd like to know when I got it then, because I remember going to get it.
You sure it wasn't 96?
Could have been. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I think we covered it pretty well. Hit a bunch of high points for the console, for the games.
Yeah, we did good.
Um, so I think that's it for this week. But hope everyone has a good night. Everybody take care, have fun, be kind of one another, stay safe, keep retro or 360. God bless, and we'll catch you all later.
Yes. Good night, everyone.